In this video, I kidnapped 100 dogs, and whichever dog barks first is literally going to get eaten. Starting with the $1 dog.
Wow, this meat is giving straight bus.
Yeah, it tastes so not mid.
Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is going on here?
This would have been one of my all-time favorite. I mean, this is what I imagine MrBeast would be like if he was secretly evil. But since he's recently cleared his name, we will probably never get to see one of these videos come to life. Until now, because today I'm using Halo AI to generate 3 slightly offensive videos featuring MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul to see whether AI is capable of creating real-life YouTube videos from scratch. So we're going to be starting with the MrBeast video titled, I forced 100 homeless people to compete in a real-life Hunger Games. And I asked AI to write a script for this video, so we have 5 different acts. And I also made a bit of a storyboard to accompany each act, so I made some images. But the thing that I find slightly disrespectful is that the winner of this Hunger Games gets $10,000 and an Airbnb gift card. But anyways, in Act 1, it's going to be mainly about introducing the contestants, but also finding the contestants. But I think I'm going to mainly focus on finding the contestants. So I got MrBeast here trying to find some homeless people so that he can use them in his Hunger Games video. Then in the next act, MrBeast is going to start the Hunger Games, and then there's going to be a whole lot of stuff happening. And so I made this little image here just to sort of represent the homeless people going for like the middle cornucopia full of resources. In Act 3, we have a few mystery box thingies, but we also have a sponsorship challenge where one unlucky contestant has to plug a fake sponsor. So we're going to make some sort of infomercial during this scene using a homeless person and MrBeast. And then Act 4 is the final showdown. And one of the challenges that the AI suggested was a scavenger hunt for golden likes hidden in trash piles, which I feel like is slightly disrespectful. And they also suggested a fight to the death with pool noodles. And so I made an image of homeless people with pool noodles, and then there's a bunch of trash cans here which they're gonna have to search through for the golden like. And then Act 5 is gonna be the winner's celebration. But the AI also suggested this post-credit scene where MrBeast is staring into the camera deadpan and says, next time we put orphans on a deserted island, stay tuned. But let's just get started with Act 1 and run the first frame through the AI video generator. And while we wait for this one to load, we can get started with the KSI video, which is titled, I kidnapped Dan TDM and oiled him up. So in Act 1, we have the kidnapping where KSI breaks into Dan TDM's house, and here's the image I made for it. Then in Act 2, we have the interrogation, and here's the image I made with it. Then Act 3 is the oil scene, and I said a smash cut to the oiling process. KSI dramatically applies oil to Jan's arm while Dan screams absurdly, what is this? Relax, it's avocado oil, I'm not a monster. The scene is shot in slow motion with dramatic music, with KSI aggressively rubbing oil on Dan's forehead while maintaining unbroken eye contact. And this is the image I have to go along with it. Then in Act 4, it's about some challenges, and one of the challenges the AI suggested was a maze where he has to escape the YouTube algorithm. So I made the image here where KSI is going to be chasing Dan TDM through a maze. And then Act 5 is where apparently Dan wins by accidentally slipping into a stack of merchandise boxes, which causes an avalanche that knocks KSI unconscious. And this is the image I have to go along with it. But for the post-credit scenes, the AI for some reason created a scenario where KSI wakes up into the same chair, and now Dan is holding the oil bottle, and he says, guess it's your turn now, JJ. Let's make some real content. But let's run this first act through the AI video generator. And while we wait for this one to load, we can get started on the Logan Paul video titled, I entered the Scammer Olympics as an undercover pro. And for the opening scene, the AI wants Logan Paul to say, they said I'd never make it into the scam world. They said I'd peak with crypto suit. Well, watch me take it to the next level. That is fucked. But anyways, Act 1 is the arrival at the Scammer Olympics. So I have Logan Paul here. He's going to enter some sort of stadium. I don't really know what the Scammer Olympics would look like. I sort of imagine it sort of like an esports stadium. So for Act 2, they wanted it to be a series of scammer events. So the real Act 2 is going to be the fake fundraiser events. And apparently Logan Paul is creating a Save the Dolphins charity to raise money for dolphins. So here's the image for this one. For the second event is going to be a speed pyramid scheme. So I think it's a speed run. They have to do it in under 10 minutes and recruit the most people into a pyramid scheme. And Logan is doing it with Prime Elite Energy, a fake overpriced magic drink. Okay, I don't know whether that is really fake or not. And here's the image. I'm going to put him into a university campus to try and recruit as many people into the pyramid scheme as possible. Act 4 is the crypto rug pool, which I think he probably has a little bit of experience with already. So basically each contestant has to create a fake cryptocurrency and pump and dump it. And this is the image I made with it. I don't really know what this would look like, but I assume it'd just be a bunch of computers. And then in Act 5, in a plot twist, it turns out Logan steals the event's prize money in a way to scam the Scammer Olympics itself, and he dramatically escapes while yelling Crypto Zoo was just the beginning. And this is the image I have to go along with it. So he's scamming the board members of the Scammer Olympics. But let's run Act 1 through the AI video generated. But while we wait for that one to load, it looks like the MrBeast one is ready, so we can have a look at the first scene for the MrBeast video. How bad can this possibly be? What the fuck just happened? Out of nowhere, the person in the original image that is left of MrBeast's ear turns into some other person walking down the street holding another homeless person. Is that Chris Pratt? Then suddenly MrBeast grabs them, wraps them into a little bowl of... Whoa! Why is Mr. Beast so dummy thick? That is what you call a guy ass. Anyways, Mr. Beast has wrapped up these people into a little bundle and is going to take him away to the homeless Hunger Games. These people aren't even homeless. They're literally just walking across the street like non-homeless people. Anyways, how should we continue this? Maybe he sort of keeps walking and he reveals all of the random homeless people he's wrapped up into like a giant shopping basket, and he just rides away with them until he reaches the filming location, which is the woods, so he can begin the Hunger Games. So I'm going to save the last frame and I'm going to put it back into the AI video generator, and then we're going to run the prompt so we can see what happens next. But while we wait for that to load, we can check out the KSI video, Act 1 of the KSI video. So how bad can this be? KSI is just going to be breaking into the house to kidnap Dan TTM. What? So he doesn't even bother breaking into the house behind him. The camera just zooms back and it reveals that we're shooting from inside another house. He comes into it and he's tying up some random black person. This is not Dan TDM. This how? Okay, you know what? Maybe he's gone through. Actually, no. There's absolutely no way this is Dan TDM. So it looks like Dan TDM is going to have to be black for this first act until we sort of change it with the next act. But I think the way I want to continue this scene is I want KSI to grab Dan and just chuck him into his car and just drive off, because we got to go to the interrogation room next. But while we wait for this one to load, we can check out the Logan Paul video. So this is the very first scene. He's entering the Scammer Olympics for the first time. Hopefully they don't spawn in a dead body, but let's just see what the video looks like. What? He's just happy to be here at the Scammer Olympics. And who the fuck is this guy? Where does he come from? That's literally tens. We're in an esports stadium and this is tens. So nothing has happened. Logan is just looking back and he thinks he's seen a dead body, but it's not actually. He's just at the Scammer Olympics. He's just happy to be here. And he says something. What does he say? Is that... Did we just find a dead body in a... But you know what else looks like a dead body in a suicide forest? The subscribe button, which you can smash today for a discounted price of $0. Anyways, how do I want to continue this scene? Maybe one of the other competitors sort of like starts beef with him. Maybe I say another scammer spawns in and just like pushes him over. Like, you know, like they're just sort of beefing a little bit from the beginning before the Olympics even start. Because in the next act, that's when we're actually going to be starting the events, such as the fake charity events. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene of the MrBeast video. So let's just do a refresher of where we're up to so far with MrBeast. So we have this random non-homeless person, Chris Pratt, who's just walking by. MrBeast bundles him up and takes him to the shooting location, and then he runs off. Oh, okay. And okay, we're into the woods now. What a way to transition. Okay, that's one way to get to the shooting location of the Hunger Games. My guy freezes for a little bit and he does some Looney Tunes wind up before darting off in the distance. And it looks like the guy is already dead already. Look at his body. Look at how his body is just like in a ski bag. But anyways, where are we gonna take it from here? I'm excited to see what happens next. So I guess we're in this shooting location, so there's really no need to use this scene again, and we can just move on to using the next storyboard image of the video, which is going to be the start of the Hunger Games, and all the homeless people are going to be here trying to get to the cornucopia first. But while we wait for this to load, we can check out the next scene of the KSI video, KSI kidnapping Dan TDM. So let's just get a bit of a refresher of where we're up to. So KSI has just broken into the cameraman's house where Dan TDM actually lives. He's tying him up with rope and then is going to put him inside the he jumps into... Okay. Interesting way to enter your own vehicle. So KSI decides to pull him into the trunk and go inside himself as if he's entering the Batcave. Then the scene suddenly fades to him speeding off in the distance, in the desert already. He's already reached the desert. But anyways, we don't need to use this scene anymore because we're going to move on to the next act, which is going to take place in the interrogation room like this image. So KSI is going to be interrogating Dan, asking him questions. I don't think this is the oil scene yet. So while we wait for this to load, we can check out the next scene of the Logan Paul video. For this one, I think I asked the AI to make another scammer appear and have a little bit of a mini fight with Logan Paul just before the Scammer Olympics begins. So let's see what they've cooked up for this. So in the first scene, we have Tens appearing in the middle. Logan's just happy to be here. And then the fight scene. Oh, okay. We have a man in the... Okay, we have a scammer in the suit fighting. They're fighting. Come on. Oh, okay, that's it. So this is it for Act 1, the introduction of the Scammer Olympics. For the second act, it's going to be the beginning of the Olympic event. So we have the fake fundraiser. So Logan's doing a fake Save the Dolphins charity. This is what I sort of visualize a charity looks like. So this guy is doing it for cats, but Logan's going to be doing it for dolphins. But while we wait for this one to load, we can check out the next scene of the MrBeast video. So this is the beginning of the Hunger Games, and I asked the AI to make everyone run towards the beginning so they can grab their initial resources to start the Hunger Games. So let's watch it from the beginning to get a bit of a refresher. So we have the non-homeless man carrying another man child. He wraps him up, Then he charges up his Looney Tunes sprint. Wait, what are these people? Okay, anyways, they sprint off into the woods, which is the filming location. And then suddenly, whoa. What a start to the Hunger Games. What a start. So let's break that down. So we have some homeless people here. Suddenly they all stand up. Whoa, one guy just jumps out of his skin over here. Wait, who is this guy? Where did this orange guy spawn from? I did not put someone with an orange t-shirt. I think he jumps out of the box. So inside the box, it now appears some weapons and some food. So we have a bunch of Pringles, I think, and I think this is a gun. This is probably a gun. But what does everyone grab? So someone goes here. He grabs nothing. Okay, this guy grabs nothing. This guy grabs a little bit of food, and this person grabs a lot of food. And then we have this guy in the distance who has no idea where the fuck he is, and he just falls through the ground. So what's going to happen from here? Why are we still staring at the beginning cornucopia? We need to follow one of the homeless people. Maybe we say one of the other homeless people comes and he grabs the whole box and he starts preparing a sort of base. He starts building a house for the Hunger Games. But while we wait for this one to load, we can check out the next scene of the KSI video where he's going to be interrogating Dan TDM. So let's get a bit of a refresher. So KSI is coming in. He kidnaps this random guy who's meant to represent Dan TDM. He ties him up. He pulls him into a car, which he himself falls into, and he drives off into the distance. Now we're in the interrogation. Oh, he breaks free. Oh, he's in. Okay. Oh, he's teasing. He's trying to oil him up already. He's trying to jump the gun. No, the oil scene is the next scene. Don't stop. We need to get him to stop oiling him because this is not the oil scene yet. So let's break down what happened. So KSI is just standing here. Why did the image? Okay. Anyways, this guy, Dan TDM looks like PewDiePie in this image. Anyways, so KSI. Wait, what happens here? Something. What is that? Something blue explodes. Is that Dan TDM's hair? So KSI is very angry. He's trying to interrogate. He grabs him by the hair and he rubs his dingling a little bit. I don't know what's happening with that. And then he puts it into his mouth to just have a little bit of a taste. Where does he get the oil bottle from? Where does the oil bottle... Oh, he pulls it out from behind Dan's ear. He pulls the oil bottle from behind his ear, and then he starts teasing him. He starts, oh, I'm gonna pour it. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, wait, no, he does. He pours a little bit on his hand. No, we need to stop oiling him up. He even splashes a little bit on his face. That's crazy. The disrespect is crazy, and there's nothing Dan can do but just point his finger up like this because it's tied up. And then what else can he do to interrogate? Let's just freestyle. Why don't I say KSI attempts to take a shit on his head, and then he starts hitting the gritty, doing TikTok dances, and then Dan for some reason is able to break free from the ropes, and then I guess that will lead into the next sort of act well, because he's gonna be oiled up like this. But while we wait for this one to load, we can have a look at the next scene for the Logan Paul scamming video. So we have the fake dolphin charity scene. So let's get a bit of a refresher. So we have the first scene where Tens is appearing, Logan is just happy to be here, and then we have the scammer coming out and they have a little bit of a fight, okay, and nobody wins this fight. And then the next scene is going to be the what? Why? So this is the fake charity, and it's a dolphin saving the dolphin charity. And this guy is just grabbing a dead dolphin's carcass and waving it around like it's nothing. The disrespect is crazy here. And all Logan can do is watch. And why is he speaking for some reason? Instead of saying, did we just find a dead body in a suicide forest? He says, did we just find a dead dolphin's carcass being fucking flung around by some random charity worker? Anyways, I think I need to adjust this. I need to make Logan jump in there and start doing the scamming. And I need some more people to sort of walk up to the charity to make it seem legit. But while we wait for this one to load, we can have a look at the next scene for the MrBeast Hunger Games homeless man video. So I think I asked it to make some random guy come into the scene and grab the box, and then he's gonna start building a house and building his fort to prepare for unaliving the other contestants in the Hunger Games. But let's just refresh our memory from the beginning of Act 2. So we have the homeless people jumping up to the middle cornucopia. They grab their weapons and their resources. Then this guy falls through the ground. Suddenly some random other homeless guy. Oh, and he's already built his what? Is this? Okay, interesting. So he's already pre-built his shelter. And is he homeless? Is this person a homeless man? Does he even qualify for the homeless Hunger Games? I mean, what is wrong with his hands? He's not even gripping his gun correctly. Anyways, I mean, anyone could be homeless, so I guess he could count. But look at his house. He's even got a pet crocodile, but it looks like he's got decent positioning. So he's near a lake, so he has a good source of water. He has shelter, and he probably has a fire furnace sort of thing in here as well. And he also has a gun in his hand. So this person looks like he's in a very good position to win the whole Hunger Games. So what do I want to see happen next? I want to see what MrBeast thinks about this. I want MrBeast to sort of walk onto the scene, shake his hand, and then I want him to walk off, and then I want there to be a little bit of a fight occurring to begin with. So this guy takes out maybe like 3 other people, homeless people that try to jump him. But while we wait for this one to load, we can have a look at the next scene for the KSI Dan TDM video. So I think here I asked KSI to stop pouring oil onto him, and I asked him to just continue interrogating him and attempt to take a shit on his head, and then do some TikTok dances and see what happens next. So let's just refresh our memory from the beginning of Act 2, so the interrogation. So KSI just gets up, starts getting angry at Dan. He starts teasing him with a little bit of oil, splashes a little bit on his head, Then what is he going to do next? Oh, he's going to go onto the table, squat on him, and then... What? Wait, why does it look like they're having a jolly good time? This is not what's meant to happen. So KSI stops trying to pour oil. He jumps onto the table with an is that an apple in his hand? Why does he have an apple in his hand? Anyways, he's on the table. He walks over. He tries to squat on him. He does a reverse shit. So instead of facing this way with the guy facing his head, he faces the other way, hoping that the poo will hit his head. Nice. And then what happens next? He jumps off and they start laughing. And then what is happening to Dan? What is Dan doing? And look at KSI. Why is he like why does he look like my relative? I think it's probably time to move on to the next scene. Maybe the oil scene. I think when we have the bottle of oil in his hand, we may as well move on to the oil scene. The scene is shot in slow motion with dramatic music. KSI aggressively rubbing oil onto Dan's forehead while maintaining broken eye contact. So let's just grab this image and run it through the AI video generator. But while we wait for this one to load, we can check out the next scene for the Logan Paul scamming video. So what did I ask the AI to do? So I think I asked it to try get Logan Paul into this stand to make him part of the scam somehow. So let's just refresh our memory from the beginning of Act 2. So we have the original charity, the dolphin, Save the Dolphin charity. The guy's just lassoing the dead body around like it's nothing. And then... Okay, so first of all, the man brings the dolphin's dead body all the way to Logan. I think Logan has some sort of affinity towards dead bodies for some reason. He slaps him in the face with the dolphin, and then he forces him to carry it. Oh, and then he takes it back. And wait, what? He takes the dolphin back, and it turns into money. He pulls up money. He's MrBeast. And in the background, a whole crowd of people have just come out of nowhere, and they are ready to... Wait, why is this man giving the cash away? I thought he's meant to be collecting cash. This is meant to be a Save the Dolphins charity. But I guess this is an opportunity to move on to the next act, which is going to be the speedrun pyramid scheme. So Logan's going to be at a university campus trying to convince people to join a pyramid scheme as fast as possible. So he only has 10 minutes to do this. So let's get Logan to sort of get all these random people to sign his clipboard, and let's get a massive crowd forming around him. But while we wait for this one to load, we can have a look at the next scene of the MrBeast homeless man Hunger Game video. So for this one, I think I asked the AI to make MrBeast come into the scene, shake this guy's hand, and then exit. And then a bunch of homeless people in the Hunger Games try to jump him, but then he eliminates them. But let's refresh our memory from the beginning of Act 2 to see whether he can actually pull off these elims, get these 3 kills. I mean, unalives. So he gets the, okay, so the man just falls through the thingy. Now we have the homeless man with the shelter. This guy is cracked at Hunger Games. What am I? Oh, MrBeast. Oh, whoa, okay, the fight and the crocodile. Okay. So it looks like they've put us into some sort of like tribe or something, but there's some random like white guy here in the tribe for some reason. The helicopter comes in, and so I guess MrBeast doesn't even want to. You know what? I guess this is where he would be filming the video from if he was here. He wouldn't be going into the actual battlefield. He would sort of film it from like a, what is it, like a helicopter. He'd be like, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy MrBeast back with another video. And who's that? Is this MrBeast? That looks like a fucking vagina. What does it say? Wait. It says So I guess this is meant to say MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's helicopter. And then meanwhile, there's a bunch of homeless people here in the Olympics. I mean, not the Olympics, the Hunger Games, fighting each other. And the crocodile is, you know what? They need food. Maybe they should get the crocodile for food. But also, I feel like we're dragging this act on for too long. I kind of want to move on to the next act. So the next act is the mystery boxes. So random supplies like half-eaten sandwich, a fire extinguisher, and an iPhone with no charger are dropped into the arena. And then there's also sponsorship challenges. So one unlucky contestant is made to plug a fake sponsor. And so I guess this is where MrBeast would promote some random product in his video, such as the AI video generator I'm using right now called Halo AI, who is also sponsoring this video. As you can see, Halo can transform images into videos, but it can also transform text into video. This generator can handle a wide variety of different art styles and effects, and some of the showcase videos on their website look extra skibberdelicious. So if you want to use this tool for yourself, please use my link in the description. Otherwise, you have El Riz and a level 0 guy ass. Okay, anyways, let's actually get started making the MrBeast sponsored thing within the video using this thumbnail from the storyboard. But while we wait for this one to load, we can move on to having a look at the next scene for the KSI Dan TDM oil video. So this is the first scene of this next act, which is the oil scene. And so I wonder how far the AI is going to go for this one. But let's just have a refresher of how far we've come so far with the KSI video from the very beginning. So we have KSI doing the kidnapping scene. So he kidnaps Dan TDM inside his own house. He ties him up. Then he puts him inside his own car and he jumps in as well. Then he drives him to the desert, but he's actually driving him to the interrogation room where he comes out here, starts interrogating him, pulls out a bottle of oil behind his neck, starts splashing it, teasing him a little bit, then pours it on him. Then he goes onto the table, tries to shit on him, but he fails. Then Dan, they're having a jolly good time. Okay, the oil scene, okay. Okay. Someone is definitely being oiled up. But let's have a take a look. Let's have a frame by frame breakdown of what just happened. Dan TDM, he's leaking oil out of his hand, out of his armpit over here. And KSI has got KSI's face has changed dramatically. But anyways, the oil bottle is leaking. It is so full of oil that it starts leaking already. Then he grabs it with 2 hands and he's leaking oil out of his ear and it gets onto his chest already. Where is the oil coming from? Then KSI proceeds to pour it onto it. He misses. He literally goes for the kill and he misses the oil. Then he starts pouring it, but Dan, he resists. He grabs the oil bottle and he tries to force it away from him, but it just gets even more onto himself. He's covered, he's drenched, he's lathered in oil right now. But anyways, I kind of want Dan TDM to fight back. He can't let himself get oiled up like this. I want there to sort of be a bit of a fight scene between Dan TDM and KSI here. I want them to fight and then there's going to be oil. Maybe KSI gets a little bit oiled up in the process as well. We'll see. We'll see what happens in this fight. So while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene for the Logan Paul video where he's doing the speedrun pyramid scheme. So this is the first scene of the next act. So the first event was the dolphin event, the charity, the fake charity where the man is just lassoing the dead body, and then he brings it over to Logan. He tries to steal it from him, but then he takes it back from Logan, turns it into the cash with the water, and then wait, what? Okay, I thought he's meant to be a pro scammer. How the fuck is he letting himself get arrested this early in the competition? And why is he double? Wait, did he just split into 2 people? He turns around and he splits into 2 people running. There's 2 people wearing the hat. What is it called? The Star Wars hat? But anyways, let's break this down frame by frame. So he has a clipboard trying to sign people up to the, the pyramid scheme. And he's at a university campus. But suddenly everyone is just running away from him. He throws it into the air. The paper goes everywhere. And why is he running as well? I guess he's trying to chase people to try and speed up the process of the pyramid scheme speedrun. But immediately the police are onto him. The man sort of walks in already, and there are a whole bunch of police officers here. They sort of controlling the situation. And what is this? Things are going pretty badly for Logan. I thought he's meant to be some sort of pro, but he looks like a bit of an amateur here. So I guess we need to sort of fix the situation and turn him into a bit of a pro scammer. So I'm just gonna say Logan Paul reappears and everyone just starts like dancing, like cheering for him because he's sort of convinced them to join the pyramid scheme, and they're all sort of dancing as if they're at like a concert. They're just all cheering for him. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene of the MrBeast video. So this is the infomercial. This is the next act. So MrBeast is about to force some random homeless man to do a sponsored ad read for him as part of the MrBeast Hunger Games homeless man video. But before we have a look at that scene, let's just take a refresher about what has happened in the MrBeast homeless Hunger Games video so far. So in Act 1, we had this non-homeless man, Chris Pratt, holding the other guy bundled up into a little fucking paper ball. Then he starts to sprint like a Looney Tunes character, wheels him off into the forest, and that's where we start the Hunger Games. So the homeless people are here. They grab their resources. This random guy falls into the ground. Nice. Then we have the lone wolf. So this guy's going to be potentially our main character. He has a gun already, and he has a house set up, so he's pretty advanced. Then MrBeast comes in for a little bit of a filming sort of thing, drives by, and people are just fighting. Now we have the infomercial. Oh, okay. Okay, it's crypto. It's crypto. Whoa, okay. Why was that actually a decent commercial? So let's break that down frame by frame. So it turns out this screen is actually a screen on another screen. So it zooms out, okay? And then the homeless guy is here just reading out the ad read. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He's never seen this logo in his entire life. But anyways, he's got his phone. He's got his script on his phone. And he's just reading it out as MrBeast is sort of reading the script from the Bitcoin card. And why is there a car? Wait, why is there a car in the background? Maybe that's the prize for a giveaway that they're doing with Bitcoin or something. And why does he look like that? Why? He looks very... Okay, I'm not going to say the word. Anyways, the homeless man looks extremely uncomfortable. Look at the way he just looks up at MrBeast. He has no idea what the fuck anyone is talking about. So how are we going to continue the video from here? I guess it needs to be a continuation of this ad. It needs to be a continuation of the Bitcoin ad read with the homeless person. Why don't we just get a bunch of homeless people in a Bitcoin ad? Let's make some fucked up homeless man Bitcoin ad, some NFT sort of crypto sort of ad. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene for the KSI video, the oil up between Dan TDM and KSI. Who's going to win this fight scene between them? So we're going to start from the beginning of the interrogation where KSI begins teasing Dan with the oil. He just starts splashing a little bit on his face. Then he tries to literally take a shit on him, and he fails. Dan breaks free, and now we begin the oiling. He starts to get a little bit oiled up, and okay, now they're gonna fight. They're going to fight. Oh, okay, they're starting to eat each other. There's definitely a lot of oil in this scene, potentially more oil than I originally asked for. But let's break this down frame by frame. So Dan is on the ground. Suddenly, he gets up as if he's been possessed, and before he can even throw a punch, KSI just pours the entire bottle of oil into his face. But then they start rapidly punching each other. It's so fast you can't even see what's happening. And I think KSI has also just changed race as well. Why does he look like that? Okay, that is a little bit creepy. But they're going at it really hard. And Dan TDM has changed his hair color. He's been oiled up so much that his hair is no longer blue. It is now brown. But now they're sort of like tossing and turning on the ground, oiled up, just trying to tackle, wrestle each other. I wonder what happens if they continue this fight, but it's like on the ground. Like they're super slippery. You know what? Fuck it. Let's continue. Let's continue the fight. Dan TDM versus KSI. Let's make them fight even faster. But while we wait for this to load, we can check out the next scene for the Logan Paul video. So he's continuing the pyramid scheme scam event in the Scammer Olympics. So let's just figure out where we were up to. So we have the dolphin event and then we have the pyramid scheme event. Let's begin from the pyramid scheme event. So Logan is here. He has his clipboard and people are just running away already. They already know he's going to do some security scheme and he gets arrested by the police already. He doubles up. Then all of a sudden, what? Okay, so it looks like his pyramid scheme is now successful. Okay, so here's the issue. So since Logan disappeared into the distance, I couldn't really use him again as the man for this next scene. So I just said a man wearing a green hat appears, and what I get is this guy jumping from the bottom of the screen, this leprechaun type Willy Wonka looking. What is he doing? He's controlling the crowd. So I guess this is the pyramid scheme. So I guess this is a W for what is it? Event number 2, the pyramid scheme. So now I think we should just move on to the third event. So the third event is the crypto rug pull. Okay, so this one Logan should be pretty good at this one. So it's basically each contestant makes a fake coin and then they just pump and dump it. And this is the image we're going to use for it. Okay, interesting. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene for the MrBeast video, which is a continuation of the Bitcoin infomercial commercial thing with the homeless man in the Hunger Games. So let's just take a look at what AI has cooked up for this second half of the commercial. So initially they pull out from the screen. It's MrBeast reading the ad script. Some random homeless guy is just there. This feels fucked. And then we have we have some more homeless people holding clipboards. What is this? How is this a Bitcoin ad? I asked for a Bitcoin ad and we just have a bunch of homeless people. Okay, it cuts to a Bitcoin logo screen, then it fades to what is this van? This looks like a Prime board with a Prime flavor, isn't it? Anyway, we have a bunch of, I assume, homeless people here with the clipboards, and maybe this is part of Logan Paul's pyramid scheme from the other video. Maybe there's some sort of crossover in this sort of KSI Logan Paul MrBeast cinematic universe. Anyways, it pans over. There's a guy with no arms. Okay, then it pans over to the lads. We have the lads here at some random metal table. They're eating cardboard boxes. Nice. And then we have this guy here. So I assume this guy is signing them up to the cryptocurrency thing, and he has an iPad, and on the iPad is playing Clash Royale? No? But this guy seems very interested, so maybe this is some sort of cryptocurrency scam. But that's not what we were meant to do. This was meant to be an ad read, the sponsored section of the video. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but I guess we can move on to the next act, and then that's going to be the final showdown. So there's going to be 5 more contestants left, and there's going to be a whole bunch of trash cans, and whichever one has the like button in it is the one that they need to sort of find. And then the homeless people are going to fight each other with pool noodles in order to try to find the trash can with the golden like button first, and then that's how they can win. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene for the KSI Dan TDM video where they are still fighting on the ground covered in oil. So I specifically asked the AI to make someone win this fight. I want to see who wins this initial toss and tussle fight between KSI and Dan TDM, even though they're both covered up in oil. So let's just start this from the beginning of the fight where KSI initially pours the oil onto Dan TDM. So he grabs the thing and okay, anyways, they start like, what the fuck? What is happening? Okay, now they're on the ground and they're going to okay, they're going, wait, what? Okay, it looks like someone has won. The issue is, I don't know who is who. They look the exact same. Let's just replay what just happened in that last scene. So they're tossing and turning. It sort of froze for a little bit. Then they started slipping around, and this guy gets picked up. That was a very clean hit, but they're sort of swimming in oil. There is so much oil in this room. Why is there so much oil? Where did all this oil come from? I did not put this much oil in the room. But anyways, I don't think it's very clear who won this. So I guess we need to move on to the next act, which is going to be the absurd challenges. So basically, KSI is chasing Dan TDM in a maze and is just oiled up for some reason. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene for the Logan Paul video, the Scammer Olympics, where he's doing the crypto scam thingy. So this is the first scene of this new act, because previously we had the dolphin fundraiser that sort of failed a little bit, and then we had the pyramid scheme. But let's just have a look at this first scene of the crypto act. So this should be Logan's home ground. Let's see how well he can do in this situation. Oh, okay, what the fuck? Okay, so we have quite a few things to digest here. So basically, Logan Paul is in his home ground, yet he's still very nervous. He doesn't really think he can. He doesn't have it in him anymore. So he's a bit washed. He's a bit washed. But I guess he must have been doing something right, because money just starts printing from the ceiling and he gets engulfed in it. Suddenly the scene changes to a bunch of old men crying. I assume they've lost a lot of money from this crypto scam that Logan has arranged. But what am I meant to do from here? How am I meant to show you that it's even more of a crypto scam? I'm just gonna give basic instructions. I'm just gonna say Logan continues to scam these old people even more with crypto. Let's just see what happens. But while we wait for this one to load, we can move on to the next scene of the, what is it, the MrBeast homeless man video. Okay, so this is the first one in the act. So I think this is act 4, where it's the final showdown between the last 5 participants, and they have to fight each other with pool noodles, and they have to find the golden like button in one of the trash cans. So let's just see how bad this can be. So we have the, okay, they're fight. What? Okay. Let's break this down. Immediately, they sort of come into the frame. They start running past the trash cans for some reason. I don't know whether they realize that the like button is in one of these trash cans. Anyways, they're grabbing their pool noodles. They're running, and I think they're fighting each other here. They're trying to hit each other with... Actually, they're not hitting each other. They're using the pool noodle to dig out random trash to find the golden like button. So I think they think that the trash is like a whole pile of trash rather than the trash cans. And they're trying to look for the golden like button. So I don't know whether they're blind. This person looks a little bit blind. No offense, because he's also staring at the golden like button here, and he's not doing anything about it. He could literally win it right now if he just picks it up. But for some reason, there's also another golden like button here. And this guy looks like he's about to physically assault the shit out of this guy who is not suspecting anything at all. He's just staring at his noodle in the same way that he stares at his own noodle and touches it. But anyways, what is going to happen next? I don't know what is going to happen. So who's going to win this competition? I'm going to instruct the AI to make one of the homeless people find the golden like button, carry it, and then run away with it. But then some other homeless guy comes around, knocks him out, and he steals the golden like button to win the competition. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene of the KSI video where he's chasing Dan TDM through the maze. So let's just have a look at this scene. What happens? What can the AI cook up for this scene? How bad? Okay, what the fuck? Why is the oil back? And why is KSI... Why did he change race again? Okay, so a lot happened in that situation. So we're in the maze, and KSI starts chasing after Dan. Dan immediately ducks, and he changes race as well. Whoa. This is Dan DDM. And this is KSI, apparently. This guy looks like my uncle. But the scene changes suddenly, and KSI falls into a tub of oil. It looks like it is raining oil, like greasy oil, but it's just covered in oil. He starts swimming in the oil. Why are they swimming in the oil? Why do they have such an affinity for the oil? What am I meant to do from here? What the fuck am I meant to do from here? Let me just revise the script. Let's just say that they make it out of the maze. Let's say they escape the maze, but they're just drenched in oil. And then I guess we need to lead that into Act 5. The final act where they slip into the thing. So let's just make him escape the maze. But while we wait for that to load, we can move on to the next scene of the Logan Paul scam video where it's the cryptocurrency events. So I asked the AI to make Logan Paul appear and just start scamming these old people even more with crypto. I don't know what is going to happen, but let's just play from the beginning of the cryptocurrency scam events. So we have Logan in his home ground advantage. He has the money falling onto him. The old people are pretty sad. Then suddenly Logan Paul appears. What? Okay, who is this? What is this? Is that Logan Paul? And he's holding a Bitcoin hammer. Why does he look like this? This is... So he has a Bitcoin lollipop, or is that a hammer? It looks like a hammer. It looks like he's going to hit someone with it. So I guess he's going to scam these people even more by hitting them with it. But honestly, I feel like Logan's had a good enough crack at all of the events. I think he's ready to move on to the finale, the Act 5, and he can begin to scam the actual Olympic Games itself. So these are the board members of the Olympic Games, and he's going to scam them all. But while we wait for that one to load, we can have a look at the next scene of the MrBeast video. So this is nearing the end of the video where we figure out which homeless man wins the Beast game. So let's just start it from the beginning of this act. So they have the pool noodles. They're trying to search the trash for the like button. They literally touch it. Then no one picks it up. Then one person will find it. Oh, he gets it. And now he's going to run away with it. And then what the fuck is this? So it looks like the guy that originally literally stared at the golden button, touched it with his noodle. Look, he literally touched it. He flings it up and he looks at it and he doesn't even see it. Probably because he's blind. No offense to blind people, of course. But he finally picks it up and he runs away with it. And this guy, yeah, so this guy tries to steal it, but I think he fails. So I guess we can now move on to the final act where they congratulate the winner. So this guy who's won $10,000 after killing unaliving all the other contestants. And he's also got an Airbnb gift card. Nice. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene of the KSI Dan TDM maze video where they're trying to escape. So I think I asked the AI to let these guys escape the maze so we can move on to the final scene between KSI and Dan TDM. So let's just start from the beginning of the maze chase to see how they managed to get out of this situation. So they change race, both of them. They're oiled up, swimming through the oil. They can't get enough of the oil. Then Dan TDM, he's still got his blue hair. And they used the power of friendship. They used the power of friendship to try and make it out the maze. And it looks like they were both oiled up so much that you can't even tell the difference between them. They've changed race once again. But I guess we should just move on to the final scene, which is going to be KSI versus Dan. So Dan is oiled up, and apparently he slips into a stack of boxes, and it triggers an avalanche that knocks KSI unconscious. But while we wait for this one to load, we can take a look at the next scene of the... So at this moment, my PC literally shut down because in North Korea, they only allow us to use the internet for 1 hour per day. But just as I was about to log back in, I received an email from my lawyer who revealed that he was the one who shut my internet off. Because apparently if I finished off these fake YouTube videos, it would increase my chance of getting sued by around 30% compared to if I just left them unfinished. And so in response to his email, I proceeded to generate one last video and send it to him as a thank you message for keeping me safe against the Lunchley Mafia.
I'm in the